So today we have a special video for you guys. My F-150 here has the telltale issue that most trucks or any car has that has power running boards. They stop working because either salt, road grime, whatever it is, but mine are completely busted. They will not retract out. I'm probably gonna have to get a pry bar to pry them down as the door opens because the motors have seized up. Which is why today we are installing the Wolfbox electronic running boards. This is a much better kit. They fit more flush. They also come lower for lifted trucks and to make it easier even for stock height trucks. They also have lights underneath. They integrate super simply. And we're gonna be putting them on today. Let's get the box open. All right, so what every man knows is the most important thing, which is always read the instruction manual, because that's what we all do. We're gonna definitely use that. In this kit, it does come with a lot of comprehensive things. This does come with a new control module. It comes with some gloves, which is nice. These are the lights that'll be added on, some zip ties, and it comes with all of these wiring harnesses. With this connected, it connects with the CAN bus, so any door that you open, it will allow you to activate the electronic running boards, not just one door in particular. All of our nuts and bolts, one to secure to the frame, and to secure the running boards. These motors are waterproof, so this whole thing could be set underwater, connected, and open and actuate without having an issue. This is going to be crucial to ensure everything's connected properly. Nice, beautiful diagrams. Let's try to force these suckers down. I'm just hoping I can take the running boards off. That's all I'm worried about, because those bolts have been on there for a while, and if the boards are not actually pulling down because the motors are failed, I hope I don't like crack off one of those nuts and kind of break them. So let's find out. Now, from a comprehensive kit standpoint, they make it actually pretty simple with here. We got a full harness that's gonna allow us to put our fuse in and get everything all wired up correctly. First things first, this is where this little guy will plug into. Pretty straightforward. Get those all connected here. And now from there, we have our power cord, which is nicely labeled. So battery negative on this one. And then our fuse connection, which has our 25 amp fuse on here. Positive, negative, which feeds this thing and allows it to work. And then from here, we have the rest of our harnesses that need to run to the back of the car. One, two, place this guy right on there. One tool I always recommend having in a safe is a 10mm socket because it pretty much works on everything. So we'll connect our positive lead on this side, negative here. So this is for our CAN bus, high-low. This is going to connect underneath by the OBD2 port. All right, so for the factory ones, we got a nut right here. We got a nut on that side and then one on the far back. So the biggest thing you'll notice even on mine, these are the factory running boards on the Ford. This one is stuck out, but even if you watch it come up, stuck. And all these joints, no matter how much you oil them, and I actually had to spray a bunch of PB Blaster to even get this one to come down and step on it and do it over and over and over again over the last 3 weeks, just to get these things unseized so I can even get to the bolts underneath here to take them off to put on the Wolfbox. The hardest part is the fact that I have the door sill down all the way and you can barely fit underneath here. I'm not a big dude. Oh god. This is where it seizes up in these joints right here. And that joint back there. So I'm excited to get these old Ford ones off, and you can see all this dirt just gets collected and it sits in those joints, and over time, even if they're oiled, you know, it's hard to keep these things from staying in, you know, working conditions, especially the factory ones. Now from a kit standpoint, you have your, obviously, passenger front. This is your whole motor assembly. Also, if you look, there are ball bearings and they're not plastic bushings like the factory Ford ones are. It's a solid metal shaft, whereas most factory ones, they have a plastic gearbox. That's a big problem for longevity. Plastic does not obviously work in gears, especially with high torque. That's how you strip them and mess them up. It's got a screw here from a gear standpoint into a metal gear inside this housing. Metal, 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 metal. Much better. Got our mounting brackets to the actual frame rails in the factory position, so that's a great thing. You don't have to drill anything or tap anything. And then this is just the rear bendy bracket. We have all of our washers, all of our pieces that we need to make this thing mount up before we hook up all the wiring. So first things first, we have these nylon spacers. These go over the factory bolts, and these are just essentially shims to help with vibration and also making sure when they seat there's a little bit of padding there. That don't make sense. Padding, I don't know what I'm talking about, but anyways, let's just roll. Now, because these are engaged up, the recommendation is to just loosely put these screws on so it doesn't fall down, obviously. And then once you wire it up, you can extend them out, mount the running board, and then make sure everything is mounted appropriately and tightened down. All right, so we got the module mounted, wired up. I got the wires tucked. I'm probably gonna clean up these harnesses a little bit more. Everything's hooked up to the negative. We have us hooked up to the positive. And then this is the passenger harness, which is zip tied here and here, and then runs down the fender liner. And then we still gotta route the driver's side across the engine bay, down. This is the control wires right here. This one actually goes into the OBD2 port, so it's a very long lead that you can run through the firewall. But this has got your high and low connector, so that way the module here can talk with the car, know when your door opens to illuminate the lights, and also actuate and close the running boards. When it comes to running wiring, it's kind of like an art. You know, you really have to be strategic with how you route things, making sure it's zip tied up or pinned up so it doesn't hit any moving parts or any hot pieces, and making it just look clean and make it look factory. So, you know, Wolfbox does a really good job with these factory type connectors. This looks factory, and then obviously as we tuck these harnesses, we can make it look even better. So one thing I'm going to do is I have it zip tied here on top of the body to chassis mount or body to frame mount, just because as you go up through here, if I don't keep this to the side, you know, this is where there's a turbo. We want to stay away from those hot components, so I have it zip tied there. But then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to tuck it up against the frame rail and use those factory frame holes to run a zip tie. So this runs flush up against the frame and then tucks back here by this body module, and then comes back obviously to the motor itself. But using the frame rail's existing holes to keep this nice and snug, up out of the way and away from any sort of debris or any sort of, you know, things underneath the car that could snag it or pull it out. All right, moment of truth is here. We are fully installed. Hey, so yeah, that's them fully installed. We got perfectly center. And then let me show you, we have our first light module mounted right there. Second light module mounted right there. We are fully functional. Best part is super durable. I'm gonna jump on that and don't even flex. Beautiful. And the best part is this. You close it and perfectly tucked, even Steven on both sides. No binding, no weird noises. And that's installed. So that is the Wolfbox running boards. If you guys want to check them out, link down below. They're running a great special. They actually function a heck of a lot better than the factory ones, in my opinion. Factory ones, super clunky, beefy, really loud. These ones are actually really quiet, and they have lights, and they're super easy to install. Takes a little bit of time, especially if you've never done it before. Biggest problem that I had was unseizing the factory door sills, because the hinges were so seized up, the seals were so bad that I had to PB blast them for about 3 weeks, pry them down, jump on them, stretch them out to the point where once they were fully engaged and opened, they wouldn't even close. That is one of the biggest issues that people run into with any power running board. So this is for an F-150, but they have every other option that you can think of for any truck. Not only this, but Silverado, Chevy, Ford, GM, you name it, they got them. Dodge, Ram even. Definitely check out the link in the description box below. Pick yourself up a nice set of brand new running boards so your wife, your kids, everybody that wants to get into your own truck have an easy way to climb in. Plus it's illuminated at night. Definitely check out in the description box below. New Wolfbox ones. Don't do that. What the f are those for? Oh, those are splices. For some reason they make the power one a little bit different. That's cute. Let's make it a different size, said no one.